The Desmodus has officially returned to Ark Survival Ascended, and today I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know in order to tame them. Now, the first thing that we need to know about the Desmodus is where to find them. As you can see on my screen, I'm using Dino Finder in order to find where they're located all around Lost Colony. These guys tend to spawn in caves, and you can find them usually hanging from the ceiling. But be careful, sometimes they'll spot you before you spot them. I will show you the entrances to all of these locations, so stay with me until the end of the video. All right, let's talk about the first cave location, which is located at 29.1, 19.2. You'll know that you're in the right place because you will see a giant entrance and it's a blue color. So it's pretty obvious that it is here. The second cave where you can find them is going to be located at 38.6, 20.6. And this is actually a absolutely massive cave. The entrance here is marked by these glowing crystals in the side of the mountain. And what you need to know about this place is literally that it is just an absolutely massive cave. There's a lot of creatures in there. There's some ruins. I think there's also some cave drops and stuff in there. But just so that you're aware, this is an absolutely massive cave and it goes super duper deep into the mountain. And that is where you're going to find Desmodus in the second location. Now, the third location is actually over by the city, and it's a very small cave, but I think there's a couple different little caves in this mountain where they seem to be spawning. This particular one is located at 54.9, 78.7, and it does go entirely through the mountain, so there's another entrance on the other side, and there are some in this one, but I think there's another little cave over to the side. So this particular mountain's got a couple little entrances, and there could be more caves where they are spawning. All right, moving on to our fourth main location here. We are looking at the side of the mountain here, and as you can see, there's a structure, and this entrance is located at 82.9, 76. And this particular one is really interesting. I'm going to gamma up because it's a little bit hard to see in here. But you come into this cave, and there is actually a bigger cave kind of over here to the side, and Desmodus will spawn in here on the roof. So I do believe that this cave goes deeper as well, and there are cave drops in this one. But as you come in the entranceway, you can see that there is one here, and we'll also just go ahead and come all the way in. And as you can see, this cave goes a lot deeper, and there are more Desmodus in here further in. Keep in mind, they are very hard to see, so you will need to be careful when you're trying to spot them. If you aren't using a mod like Dino Finder or a gene scanner, it is going to be a little bit hard to find these guys sometimes because, especially in the caves, it's quite dark. In a cave like this, they can spawn in many different places, but as you can see here, we have some regular onyx, and we've got some Desmodus on the walls and on the ceilings. But there are a lot of cave creatures in here, so it can definitely be pretty dangerous. I don't know if I would recommend these caves. There's definitely going to be a lot more spawns in them, but the chances of getting attacked by other creatures or potentially killed are much, much higher in these particular caves. So I would almost recommend these smaller caves that have fewer spawns. As long as you go in and you clear those out, you may actually have better luck with finding a Desmodus and taming it in a safer way. Now, we know that Lost Colony just came out, but wildcard, this is a bit mean. There are baby Desmodus, as you can see here. Yeah, wildcard, what the heck is this? Like, I can't even count. I mean, I guess I found out we're all of the other 100 Desmodus we didn't see showing up on Dino Finder are. This is actually probably my worst nightmare because trying to kill all of these individually without aggroing the whole swarm is absolutely insane. There are baby Desmodus, which is really, really interesting. But yeah, let me just show you where this is. Oops. Oh, let me show you where this is right now. This is at 7.2, 37.6. I think I found the absolute mother lode of Desmodus. This particular cave is this giant open area here. Once you find the Desmodus that you want to tame, there's a few things that you're going to need. You're going to need blood packs. Now, blood packs can be acquired a couple different ways, actually, in Lost Colony. The easiest and most simple way is with a blood extraction syringe. This is the earliest game way that you can get your hands on one of these, or on blood. And then I do believe that the Blood Forge is another way that you can get your hands on these. Obviously, it's definitely a little bit more of a higher tier item. It can only be crafted at the tech replicator, and it does require element in order to craft. So early game, you are probably going to be using the blood extraction syringe in order to get your hands on these guys. Now, what is going to happen is once you come in here and you find the one that you want to tame, it will aggro to you and come pick you up. Yep, there. Oh, that is actually way more than I thought there was. All right, well, we're taming this guy. And as you can see, he's got a taming bar, and he is taking blood from my inventory. As you can see, the blood is going down, and he is tamed. That is basically what happens, and we're going to tame this one now as well. Taming these guys can be really, 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 really chaotic. And they will take a whole bunch of blood in order to tame. The higher the level, the more blood. Let me put these guys on passive and see if I can also get this guy to come grab me. Hey, homie. Hey, hey, hey. I'll just shoot you. There we go. It is only level 5. As you can see, it's that simple. It's really that simple. All you need in your inventory is blood, and once you get close, they will aggro to you. So if you go into a cave like this and there are a lot of Desmodus, one thing that I recommend that you do is just trying to pick off the ones that you don't want. And however, if you have enough blood on you, getting grabbed by the little ones or the lower level ones isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, so these caves are, I think, probably the better and safer way, because if you go into the bigger caves, it is going to be really, really chaotic with all the other creatures. Now, once you have tamed a Desmodus, what can you do with it? Well, first and foremost, you're going to need a saddle for it. And the saddle for the Desmodus unlocks at level 74. And they're pretty cool creatures. They have a couple different abilities. If you would like to land on a ceiling or on a wall, you can do that. You'll see a crosshair that will pop up on your screen that says latching available. On PC, the command is to press space. You do need to be close enough where it will actually latch. And then, as you can see, we go into this latching mode. They can be a bit buggy and not latch like this, but latch like they're landing on the ground, kind of. But what's really cool about this is when you're riding them normally is you can actually shoot off of the back of them, which is pretty awesome. There's not a lot of flyers that you can do this on. So it makes them very useful, especially if you're fighting ground creatures or if you're trying to tame something from the sky. And of course, when you latch onto the wall as well, we'll do that real fast. You can also shoot off of the back like this. Left click is a regular bite attack. Right click will allow you to pick up small creatures. I believe people can also be picked up by them, obviously, but I don't know how high or like what is the largest size creature that you can pick up. Now for this, I've gone ahead and made it night, so it's a little bit easier to see. But another thing that you are able to do with these guys is echolocation. So on PC, the control is to hold left click. There we go. It's going to ping everything, which is really cool. And then at night, you can also go invisible by holding right click. And this ability is only available at night or when latched. Another very cool ability of these guys is if you hold R, you can see this eyeball pop up on your screen, and it allows you to turn on night vision. And as you can see, everything has gone red, and it allows you to see a little bit clearer at night. Now, another really cool feature of these guys is once you actually have one, getting blood packs becomes way easier. So every 50 damage you deal with this guy will actually give you a blood pack. The number is about every 50 damage. So as you can see, we just got 11 blood packs from him. And just for killing that RG. So taming more Desmodus becomes easier once you get a regular Desmodus. When Desmodus kill a creature, they also harvest spoiled meat, so they're a much better way to gather spoiled meat if that is something that you need. Now, another ability that Desmodus have is the ability to turn on lifesteal. All right, once you have activated lifesteal, you can go and pick up a creature with it, and as you can see, the number of blood packs is basically, I think, the dodo's health as it goes down, and as you can see, it's getting lower and lower and lower. And when it reaches 0, the dodo will die. One of the coolest things about this guy is the fact that it can make something called the Sanguine Elixir in its inventory. You are going to need 200 blood packs for each one of these though, so it is a little bit on the expensive side. Now what's so amazing about the Sanguine Elixir is that this will actually increase a creature's taming progress or a baby's imprint by 30%. So they're kind of expensive to make if you are early game and you don't have access to a lot of blood yet, but if you are later game and you can make a lot of blood very easily, or you have a better way of getting blood, you can make quite a lot of Sanguine Elixirs, which is going to help you immensely with your taming. It does spoil pretty quickly though. There is a 4-hour cooldown on it, so do make sure that you are careful when you are crafting these in order to not lose them. Now these guys have one more final awesome ability. Hopefully I haven't missed any, but they also have the ability to glide similar to a snow owl or a griffin, which makes them such an amazing addition to Lost Colony and to Ark. But guys, that is going to be it for today. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and hopefully I'll see you on Arat Prime.